16 from the Maravich Center last year. Inside, here's Youngblood. Meanwhile, for LSU, they were just 4-6 in their first 10 SEC games and playing awful basketball, but a big-time bounce back. Adrian Webb hits another off the steal. 21 for Adrian Webb, the senior.
She's physical. I love her in motion, and she's able to finish because she had Maggie Lucas right there. Instead of taking it right in at Maggie, she pulls up with a little mid-range jumper.
Maggie Lucas is being hounded by Webb. Face guarding defense and the Big Ten Player of the Year. Ariel Edwards trying to take over. And the size inside for Penn State as Talia East gets her first bucket.
You know, Tom, Edwards doesn't hit that shot, but the play before, she stepped into the gap, able to hit the baseline jumper. You get production like that from your bench players. They're not just giving breathers. They're doing something out there. LSU does not have that luxury. They don't have the depth. They need it from everybody.
What a feed from Plaisance. And Dario Youngblood, the freshman, with her first bucket this half second of the postseason. Youngblood lost control. Talia East tossed her to the ground. Maggie Lucas has been smothered tonight by Adrian Webb. Got a shot off and hit the ground.
The guard stayed up high, made sure there was spacing in the zone in the middle, and Maggie Lucas drove right into it, got the shot off.
Penn State's 7-game win streak in the SEC featured 3 wins against top 15 teams, but never has Adrian Webb been featured like this. 23 now. 10 this half for the senior from Madison, Alabama. Webb whistled for the foul, trying to work her way through the screen. That's his second on Webb, who is just flat taking over.
Starts with the D. Physical play. Just tap the hand out in the passing lane, and instead of taking it all the way in and potentially drawing the charge, it's a little pull-up jumper. Little ball fake off the dribble, pull up. Love her mid-range game and her quickness off the dribble. She gives herself just enough space.
Talked with Nikki Caldwell about Maggie Lucas and her special talent, and fully remembering that Lucas dropped 30 on him last year, she said, listen, we face a lot of players like that in the SEC. Feature players, great shooters like Morgan I from Missouri. All right, thanks, guys. Here in Baton Rouge, where Talia East misses the first of 2 free throws. It's also the final home game for another senior in women's college basketball, Adrian Webb, tonight. And she's hoping it's not her last game in an LSU uniform. It was John Kenny who stood up in front of the team after their last second loss to Tennessee and said, I will not let these seniors go out like this. We will go to the NCAA tournament, which, by the way, starts on their home floor, and we will finish strong. And they won 7 in a row, 3 wins against top 15 teams. And here they are tonight, and a hard foul inside as Dario Youngblood got tied up with Ariel Edwards. It's a second on the freshman Youngblood.
Outside D comes over. They're not able to rotate in, but 23 and wide Ariel Edwards gets tangled up, and then Dario Youngblood brings her down to the court. You can't afford foul trouble if you're Nikki Caldwell.
And they have foul trouble because before we went to break, Bianca Lutley picked up her 4th personal. And that's just not small talk, folks. LSU only has 7 players in uniform tonight. They started the season with 10, lost 2 during the season, and John Kenny, their junior leader from Baton Rouge, is out with a concussion tonight. So Nikki Caldwell has to get absolutely the most out of everyone in uniform, and that means extra playing time for Youngblood tonight. And it means Lutley with 4 on the bench next to her. If you're Nikki Caldwell, when can you afford to bring Bianca Lutley back in this game?
Well, there's still a lot of time left. I think you have to wait. I know she's going to have the rotation anyway, and there you see the bench, and you're definitely seeing more street clothes than you are uniforms. She's looking to Shanice McKinney, 23, who stands up, and Lovely center over there again with foul trouble. I'm going to wait a little bit longer if I can. Too
many loafers, not enough laces on the LSU bench. Ariel Edwards has been a bright spot second half of the Lady Lions. This is Dara Taylor inside the green. Over Plaisance. A dozen now for Nikki Green.
LSU plays that matchup zone, and what foul trouble will do to you is it doesn't allow you to have the help that you're going to need. They also have to do a much better job in boxing out, find the body. If you're off balance or just out of position, you take a chance in drawing a foul.
Lady Tigers led by as many as 8 early on, and Penn State went on a game-changing run. Adrian Webb in and out. Youngblood inside. And a scrum and a whistle, and that will go against Youngblood. It's her third. The journey to the Frozen Four in Pittsburgh continues with regional semifinals and finals from Grand Rapids, Manchester, and Providence. Saturday at 4 Eastern on ESPNU, ESPN3, and streaming live on WatchESPN.com and the Watch ESPN app. Find information on every championship at NCAA.com, the official online home for all 89 NCAA championships. LSU getting productive minutes out of Daryl Youngblood, but she takes the seat with 3.
Ann Peterson comes back in, the birthday girl, Tom. We saw her go through the birthday tunnel at practice.
Nikki Green with the left hand.
Much better decision-making by Penn State, and now they're going to apply some full-court pressure, but they want the tempo to be up, but they also have to establish that inside game, and there's really nobody that can match up right now that's not in foul trouble for LSU against Nikki Green.
Fowler, the freshman lefty. And here comes Penn State leading by 1, and now with the takeaway. Laquise Washington says, push it. Nikki Green again. Plaisance got a piece. Here's Ballard. Plaisance will stroke it. That is not out of her range. She's a good three-point shooter. That was early.
A lot of time left, but she hasn't had a lot of open looks. She was calling for it. She wanted it.
Blocking foul on Teresa Plaisance.
Plaisance does not agree, but if you're Penn State, why not go right at these players? It looked like Dara Taylor might have dropped the shoulder a little bit there, but nonetheless, the foul goes against Plaisance.
Mentioned before that Penn State in this matchup last year essentially won it at the free throw line, and they're a foul away from getting into the bonus.
Yeah, already 16 fouls against LSU. Something Penn State does well. They get to the free throw line.
Dara Taylor getting to the glass. Penn State by 3. Timeout Nikki Caldwell and LSU. He's a head coach with a couple of wins and a first head coaching stop at UCLA.
Such a competitor, and you know she wants this so badly for her team. They've gone through so much, so many injuries, such an up and down season, and they've worked hard to get to this point. A team that didn't know if they'd even be able to be playing here in the NCAA tournament after they started so slowly in SEC play.
Another hard drop for Teresa Plaisance. Ariel Edwards, third personal. Plaisance trying to post her up now, fading away. And the shots aren't falling for LSU, allowing this Penn State run. Maggie Lucas inside. Green again. Bentley thought about the 3. Home crowd thought that she left her pivot foot. Penn State on a 6-0 run. LSU without a field goal the last 4.5 minutes nearly. What a save by Dara Taylor right off to Plaisance. A no-look bounce off of the LSU center.
The NCAA Women's Championship is presented.
snapshot of this half. Well, LSU started 9 of 11. Since then, the Lady Tigers 0 for 7. Only 1 second on the shot clock on the inbounds. Lob to Green. Got it. Got it. Wow, what a play out of the out of bounds. And Penn State, which started 1 of 8, has now hit 8 of its last 15 field goals to lead by 5.
This is how you draw it up. If you're Coquise Washington, and the patience by Green. She got the help by Alex Bentley. Number 20 comes down and blocks out. Shanice McKinney could not get out on Green. And the hops by Nikki Green, the senior. You gotta love it if you're a coach and the inbound play works.
And personal foul is on Dara Taylor. The first for the Maryland transfer. Adrian Webb will bring it up. She's the one that led this charge in the second half with 10 points since the break. But number 10 and her Lady Tigers teammates have gone quiet. That high ball screen has worked well for Webb and Plaisance. Nowhere to go for Peterson. Plaisance draws a bump in the third from Mia Nixon.
It's a tough matchup for Mia Nixon to be guarding Teresa Plaisance, because Plaisance has nice quickness. She's 6'5", but with the ball in her hands, she kind of leans down, uses the body. Nice foot speed for the junior. Lutley back in. She has those 4 personals. Still a lot of time left in this one.
Trying to go the lob. Tough angle for Youngblood, who turns it over. Penn State second in the Big Ten with better than 11 steals a game. Bentley blindly trying to set up a teammate. East couldn't finish. Here's Ballard to Lutley on the run. Webb. Doesn't matter if LSU is patient or aggressive. They're just not knocking down shots no matter when they come in the clock. Well,
the rotation defensively by Penn State has definitely gotten better. The help side by Bentley on the last one on the baseline. They had nowhere to go inside. The guards have to be better with the rotation. That was something Coach Washington said had to happen in this game.
Maggie Lucas fired it right as her coach used the timeout. 6:27 to go in the half. 4 seconds left on the shot clock. An LSU team, which you can understand, should be running on fumes.
So many reasons. She's a scorer. She's just a player that brings the team together, Tom, and they do not have her out on the court tonight.
I thought it said it all the next morning. One of the local columnists who covers all LSU sports described her as the toughest athlete he's ever seen in an LSU uniform, any sport. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Alex Bentley gets a tough screen and an illegal screen whistled on Talia East. It looked good, but it was physical, and it put Ballard on her back.
Watch number 5 in white up top. Bentley's going to run right off of her, and just a little forearm shove. Not a lot of movement, but they call Talia East.
LSU looking for an answer on the offensive end. Last 7 trips, the Lady Tigers are 0 for 8 from the floor with a couple of turnovers. And you see that they're without a bucket in the last 6 minutes and counting. Bianca Lutley solves that problem. First 3.5 for Lutley, who's playing with 4 fouls.
Lutley using the screens, moving without the basketball, find the opening, and then her teammate found her.
Dario Youngblood with the foul.
Watch this skip pass. She's going to give it to Plaisance. Then she's going to use Youngblood's screen right in the opening. Hits the shot. Moving without the ball. Such a smart play by Bianca Lutley.
Just a common foul. So just a simple foul on Dario Youngblood, which is must be a relief for LSU, but they're far from out of the woods.